Buhay Online, chikahan at kalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mami, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hi! Happy Friday morning! Hi there, Cynthia Buste. Sorry, late ako because I was trying to, just answer this message that I got on my messenger, but it's pretty urgent. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, and the other people. I don't see the names again. Good morning. Welcome to Buhay Online on a Friday. Of course, it's Friday once again. Napakabilis ng araw talaga, napakabilis ng panahon. And of course, the weather's a little nippy. Medyo, 'di ba? We're enjoying some sort of a cool weather, feeling winter, no? Kasi medyo malamig dito sa Pampanga, ano ba kaming degrees ngayon? I think the weather, let me see. Ano ba yung weather today? I think mga 29 or 30. But it's pretty cool. Tapos, diba, marami na naka-Christmas decoration. Kami wala pa. Wala pa kaming Christmas decor. Kasi nga, sabi ng aking habi-to-be, sisikip daw sa maliit naming bahay. No, but of course, I have to put some Christmas decor so that I can feel the, kahit na, of course, Christmas is gonna be really different this year for us and my family. Of course, even my fiance's family, kasi nga, we both lost our parents, no? They call this magkasunod na taon. Well, noong 2020, I lost my dad, tapos siya naman itong last year, in June, just a few months ago. I mean, actually, a few months back. But anyway, on a happy note, diba, ang alert level sa Manila, okay, the IATF has relaxed Metro Manila's quarantine status to alert level 2. It starts today, right? From alert level 3, starting today from November 5 until November 21. Ayan talaga pa 2 weeks ngayon ang ginagawa para tinignan. Kasi nga, 'di ba? Sobra, 'di ba? Parang nakakawala sa kural yung mga bata na ilang taon nang hindi nakakalabas, right? Very talaga na the kids are not allowed for years. So in connection to this, no, na ang alert level na nga ay it's better now in Metro Manila and NCR. Ano ba yung level 2? What are they allowed, no? Okay, let me just tell you. I think I have it here. Ito, tingnan natin. Hold on, there you go. In connection to this, no, I'm telling you the news. Natakban ko na yung face ko. Ito, level 2, alright? Ayan, level 2. Let me put this here so you can see, alright? Yan, nakikita nyo. Ang alert level sa NCR ay level 2 na. Alright? So, as I was saying, the new Interactive Agency Task Force, or the IATF, of course, released guidelines that was published yesterday, allowing several services and activities under alert level 2. Okay? Ano to? Sige, repaso natin, okay? Number 1, intrazonal and interzonal movement, okay? LGUs may impose reasonable restrictions, but these cannot be stricter than those in higher alert levels. So, ibig sabihin yan, case to case, depende sa inyong local government kung anong gusto nilang pamamalakad, no? Dito sa Pampanga, where we've been on MGCQ for the longest time already, because it's just next to the normal stage, parang parang walang virus na nangyayari. But anyway, but still, people wear masks. We wear masks when we go out. Pero yun na nga, nagbukas na yung commercial, which is like a public place, a public picnic place. Yun lang talaga. Dapat gawing strict itong mga local government, yung pag-allow noon ng mga picnic areas. Dapat they have to make sure na pastolin nila na hindi talaga dikit-dikit yung mga tao. Otherwise, diba, if we're gonna revert back na naman to ECQ, sige kayo pagka dumami ulit yung infection. So please, comply, okay? So yon. What else? Ang allowed itong alert level 2, individual outdoor exercises for all ages, regardless of comorbidities or vaccination status. Meaning, yung mga bata nga na 17 years old and below, pinapayagan ng lumabas, pati yung mga matatanda na mga 61 and above, okay? These, these establishments and activities, okay? Kasi we're talking about, diba, yung age restrictions, interzonal travel. Tapos yung exercise, pwede na yung mga, allowed ang all ages mag-exercise sa labas. Tapos, ano ang mga prohibited establishments or activities? Wala. Pwede na sila lahat, okay? Magpunta sa mga mall, manood ng mga, okay? Kumain sa restaurant, okay? Dining in restaurants, okay? Ang pwede lang ay 50% of venue with an additional 10% if place has safety seal, okay? So, 50% lang capacity pwede. Tsaka 10% more, so 60% kung meron silang yung mga kunyari yung mga filters or mga, call this, mga harang to divide yung kumakain, di ba? Para wag yung laway magtatalsik at mag-spread yung virus, whatever, okay? So what else? Barbershops, beauty salons, nail and hair spas, okay? Are they allowed in this kind of alert to normal? 50% is allowed, capacity of the venues with additional 10%, again, if they have those safety protocols or measures, safety seals, okay? What about religious gatherings? Okay? 50% na rin ang pwede sa venue with additional 10% again if you have those safety seals, all right? So, okay, venues for these establishments and activities at 50% capacity indoors for fully vaccinated adults and minors, even if unvaccinated. And 70% capacity pagka sa labas, yung mga restaurant or mga establishments na sinabi ko, no? Pero yun nga, outdoor exercises are for all ages regardless of existing conditions or vaccination status. Pwede na silang mag-exercise sa labas. Tapos, permitted venues for social events such as parties, wedding receptions, engagement parties, wedding anniversaries, debut and birthday parties, family reunions, and bridal or baby showers. Pwede na. Okay? Pero pwede na, pero ilan ng pwedeng bisita. Okay? Kunyari, gatherings outdoors, okay? Ang pwede ay 30% capacity. Indoor seating at 10% lang. Okay? Ito nga, so kung meron kayong binyag, kasal, pwede kayong mag-gather, however many, no? Pero may social distancing, tsaka 30% capacity, pag indoor seating pala, okay? At 10% and only for fully vaccinated religion na mga tao, okay? Gatherings, pati rin sa mga simbahan, gatherings outdoors at 30% capacity, indoor seating at 10% and only for fully vaccinated, okay? Tsaka yung mga religious ministers, yung mga pare, must be fully vaccinated also. So, yung sa mga restaurants naman din, yun, 30% capacity outdoors, at sa loob, 10% capacity, at dapat fully vaccinated yung mga tao. Okay? At ang government offices will be fully operational with at least 20% on-site capacity. At ano pang allowed? All other establishments not listed as prohibited are allowed already with 100% capacity, okay? With implementation of health protocols, okay? Hindi pala, yung mga sorry. Allowed at, ano ba to? Hindi ko mabasa mabuti. All other establishments that are not really mentioned here are allowed at 50% capacity and 10% if they have the safety seals, okay? All mentioned above plus cinemas, theaters, concert halls, theme parks, karaoke bars, playgrounds are allowed at 100%, okay? Which are all else not mentioned, okay? Allowed at 100% are the other places that are not mentioned. So I mean to say, sorry, allowed at 50% capacity with a 10% extra uh, capacity kung may safety seal are all the ones mentioned, okay? Plus cinemas, theaters, concert halls, theme parks, karaoke bars and playgrounds and restaurants. So yan, 50% capacity, 60% capacity kung mga fully vaccinated lahat yung nasa loob dapat. Okay? So that is the good news, all right? Pero good news ito but at the same time scared yung mga ibang tao, right? Because because scared sila because scared naman din talaga tayo lahat because of this new freedom. Baka umabuso na naman tayo tapos babalik tayo sa ECQ. Yun na lang ang isipin nyo kapag umabuso, hindi sumunod, we're gonna revert back to ECQ or MECQ, alright? So please, everybody, please, observe the proper health protocols, okay? Alright? So that's one good news from the Philippines, okay? Regarding the alert levels and all. And in connection to this one is the move, okay, the proposed move, okay, here, okay, this news sa taas ko. Anyo to propose removal of policy on face shield. Ayan na naman, right? Kasi nga, di ba, si Duterte, pinayagan na niya, ang ating Presidente Duterte, so sorry, ay pinayagan na wag mag-face shield outdoors, right? But now, there is a proposal from DILG Secretary Eduardo Año. He wants to propose the lifting of the face shield use policy in the next meeting of the IATF on emerging infectious diseases. This was disclosed by DILG Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya during the Laging Handa briefing yesterday. Okay? Currently, the use of a face shield is mandated in 3 C's. Diba? Sa 3 C's lang nakamandate. Closed spaces, crowded areas, and close contact settings. Yun na nga yung 3 C. Closed spaces, crowded areas, and close contact settings. In the next IATF meeting, I was told that Secretary Anyo will be proposing na tanggalin na po ang pagsusuot ng mga face shields. It's already the face shield requirement. But at the end of the day, it will still be the decision of the IATF. The ILG Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya said this during the Laging Handa briefing yesterday. Hi there. Happy Friday to you too, Angelica. Yes. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Ngayong lalo na ang mga restrictions ay na-lift na. Pwede ka na pumunta ng Manila, pwede ka pumunta ng Baguio, whatever. Pero syempre, cuidado. Careful pa rin tayo, please. Okay? Anyway, so going back to what I was talking about, ng paglilift ng face shield, all right? According to Malaya, DILG backs to gradually they want to propose to gradually stop the use of face shields except in hospitals. Okay? So kami po sa DILG will recommend to the IATF na dahan-dahan na nating tanggalin yung face shields as a requirement or gradually remove the use of face shields, except of course in hospital settings, he said. Pag kayo po ay nasa ospital, since high-risk environment yan, so tingin po namin sa DILG required pa din, kailangan ng paggamit ng face shield. But in other instances, sa tingin po namin ay pwede na pong luwagan ang polisiya na yan. That's what Jonathan Malaya said. Okay? In translation, okay, translated, when you are in hospitals, since this is a high-risk environment, we think it should still be required. But in other instances, we see that the policy could be relaxed. Of course, you guys have been viewing me. Of course, I know I speak in English most of the time, but of course, Tagalog also. But I'm also translating because our show is not just for the Philippines. This is live streamed, okay, internationally also. That is the reason why I have to translate the Tagalog words that I say, okay? I hope you understand, okay? On Tuesday, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that the IATF is mulling if there is still a need to use face shields as COVID-19 cases in the country continue to decline, okay? Salamat naman. Yeah, because we had the lowest count, diba? Uh, uh, since February 24, okay? Can you believe it? We've had the lowest count daily, which is to clock it like today. The Philippines' lowest COVID-19 daily count since February 24 is at 1,591. Very good, okay? Only 1,000, kaya only. Right? Imagine from like weeks ago, which was still 8,000 to naging 5,000, biglang bumaba ng 2,000 the other day, and now only 1,591 new cases of COVID-19 infections were reported on Wednesday by the DOH, the Department of Health, the lowest we've seen in 9 months or since February 24. Okay, in all, 29,489 tests were conducted by the DOH on November 1st, sa araw ng patay, which means that new cases accounted for 5.6%. It is closer to the World Health Organization's threshold of 5% below, which indicates controlled transmission. Woohoo, di ba? Sabihin niyan, kontrolado na. Di ba? Hindi na siya kumakalat ng mabuti. In fact, bumababa yung numbers, right? With the new cases, the Philippines now has a total of 2,793,898 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The DOH also reported 4,294 daily recoveries, decreasing active COVID-19 cases to 38,014 from 40,786 to 38,014 on Tuesday nung November 2. Talaga nung araw nung undas bumaba. Diba? Kasi nga sarado yung cementerio also. The latest number of individuals still sick due to the new coronavirus variant was also the lowest the country has ever had in almost 8 months or since March 7. Total recoveries currently stand at 2,702,298. Of the 43,185 active COVID-19 infections, 69.4% were mild cases, 5.2% were asymptomatic, 13.87% were moderate, 8.1% were severe, and 3.4% were at critical conditions according to the health agency. Okay? All right, so yeah. Very good. So, di ba? Good news, di ba? Pasunod-sunod ang ating good news, right? Anyway, going back to, the stats, okay? Ang death rate naman, meanwhile, increased to 43,586 as the DOH reported 186 new deaths due to the coronavirus. Yun lang, tumaas ng konti ang death rate, okay? The DOH, however, said 7 laboratories that conducted tests on November 1 were not able to submit data to the COVID-19 document repository system, noting that these labs contribute 1.3% of samples tested and 3.0% of positive individuals on average. Okay? Pero good news yan, bumababa araw-araw, right? So, it's sabihin, bubuti pa ng bubuti ang ating sitwasyon. Now, we are on alert level 2, alright? Which is confusing, di ba? Dati kasi letters lang. Ngayon may numbers na 2, 3, 4. Dati, ECQ to MECQ to GCQ to moderated GCQ. Ngayon, 1, 2, 3 level pa. Wow. Anyway, so there. So that's the good news. Okay, I think. All right. So now naman, news around the clock, okay, or around the globe. Diba, yesterday I was talking about the Philippines had this move to remove certain segments of the show uh, depicting the China Sea and yung Pine Gap, the show Pine Gap on Netflix, okay? Uh, the Philippines asked Netflix to remove 2 episodes of Pine Gap because it showed that the Philippines showing a map with China's invalid claims to the South China Sea, all right? So in connection to that, merong follow-up na news about it, okay? Netflix has filed a motion for reconsideration on the move to regulate materials for its streaming services. Oh, nag-apila ang Netflix, okay? Kasi pinatanggal yung 2 episode, tinanggal naman nila to comply with government regulation. Kasi nga, di ba, connection to that, dapat nire-regulate na rin talaga yung mga social media. Kasi, material, right? Mm-hmm. So, Netflix has removed 2 episodes of Pine Gap from the Philippines after the streaming service was accused of showing a map with China's invalid claims to the South China Sea. In an interview on the Chiefs on Wednesday, MTRCB Executive Director Jose Benjamin Benaldo said board members have begun discussing the issue regulating the streaming services. Netflix filed a motion for reconsideration. I can't discuss, sabi dito sa news, this is a news coming from Philippines, Philstar Global. I can't discuss thoroughly the issue of Netflix on the principle of sub judice. You all know that I can't discuss that because there's a motion for reconsideration. Ito ang sabi ni Benaldo. Si Benjamin Benaldo is the chief executive director of the MTRCB. Okay? So sabi niya, hindi siya pwede mag-discuss ng things baka may legal repercussion pag ginawa niya. Okay? When asked if the pullout of political drama Pine Gap episodes might set a precedent arising from a complaint of government agency, he said the national government does not persuade the MTRCB on actions it would take. Okay? The national government, they actually don't say much. It was not the office of the president who filed the complaint, but the DFA or Department of Foreign Affairs, he said, referring to the Department of Foreign Affairs, which has lodged diplomatic protests against China. Right? Episodes 2 and 3 of the show were tagged this episode removed by government demand. So if you go to your Netflix, it will show you, or if you watch Pine Gap, that these 2 episodes have this violator that says, this episode was removed by government demand. O, di ba? Katakot. Minandid. It was not clear when they were pulled out. Binaldo confirmed efforts to regulate Netflix continue. Yes, but Netflix is so huge, and not just Netflix. Yeah, we're talking about social media stuff. YouTube, right? They just show videos of anything. If you're saying we'd like to regulate 100%, we don't have that capacity. Talaga naman kasi with billions of subscribers of YouTube and Facebook and millions of subscribers now also to Netflix, we don't have that capacity, sabi nila. And I will explain further when the motion for reconsideration would be resolved, he said. The official explained that MTRCB relies on its deputies and complaints from concerned citizens because nga, they don't have the manpower to censor all these things. Ano ba naman ang kapasidad lang na MTRCB? Walang funding for that. Mag-hire ng mga tao, mag-monitor ng social media. Right? The DFA on Monday said that the MTRCB handed down its decision to pull out the episodes of Netflix political drama Pine Gap for showing a map of China's 9-dash line and violating Philippine sovereignty. Di ba pinakita ko yan kahapon? You wanna see it again? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yung mismong screenshot yun nung palabas na pinakikita yung map na kasama yung Philippines, right? Let me see if I can find, please. Hold on. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find it in topics, Netflix. Oh, it's not here. Huh. Hold on. There you go. Here it is. I found it. There. Ay, ba't wala? Oh, there you go. There you go. There, see? This is the one in question, okay? Well, you see there's a map there, mababo lang, okay? It's showing the acquisition. It's mentioning kasi parts of the Philippines. And diba, there's an issue nga there eh. See that? So that's what we are talking about here, okay? Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So the DFA on Monday handed down its decision to pull out the episodes of Netflix political drama Pine Gap. So yesterday I talked about that, which is Thursday. So I guess they must have pulled out the episodes on Wednesday, right? Because today wala na Friday, but kahapon, well, hindi ko na check if it was still there, but I think maybe not. The MTRCB decided on September 28, 2021 on a complaint lodged by the DFA, or the Department of Foreign Affairs. After a thorough review, the board ruled that certain episodes of Pine Gap are unfit for public exhibition. Kasi nga, nababanggit tayo doon. The MTRCB also ordered the immediate pullout of relevant episodes by its provider, Netflix Incorporated, from its video streaming platform, the DFA said in a statement. In its decision, the MTRCB underscored that under a whole-of-nation approach, every instrumentality of the government, whenever presented with the opportunity, has the responsibility to counter China's aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea to assert the Philippines' territorial integrity. Okay? And we're happy Netflix has done that. This is another victory for our country, sabi ni Benaldo. Okay? The government of the late former President Benigno Aquino III challenged China's excessive and expansive claims in the South China Sea before the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague. It was the first time a nation challenged China over its maritime sovereignty. On July 12, 2016, the court ruled in the Philippines' favor, declaring its sovereign rights to an exclusive economic zone as valid, but invalidated China's 9-dash line on official Chinese maritime maps. Pero, diba, to this day, we know darn well, ini-ignore ng China yan. Ano? Ini-ignore ng China ang yung court ruling na yan. Dinededma nila, right? To this day. They're not acknowledging it. Kapal talaga the face, right? But anyway, so that's that regarding that news, all right? So that's that for Netflix. Well, again, because of restrictions and COVID-19, okay, another thing to say, of course, starting today, okay, that the level 2 is hoisted up in Metro Manila, right? Makikita natin na ang mga bata ay nagdagsaan na sa mall, naglabasan na lahat, right? Because, my goodness, they've been cooped up for more than a year, right? In connection to that na ang mga bata ay already allowed, okay, is the face-to-face classes, right? Remember, we are already conducting pilot classes on low-risk areas, especially in public schools. They're going to return to face-to-face classes. Yung mga pinili na 20 public schools, at tapos there's a move to choose, I think, 5 or 6, basta less number na private schools na magbubukas face-to-face based on, of course, their safety seals or low-risk areas, okay? So, in connection to that, wait a minute, okay? I have some news about it. Wait a minute. Where's my news about that? All right, okay, yes. Here it is, all right, behind me. Okay, tapos na to. All right. Here, okay. Here is a sneak peek to what Anong itsura ng mga eskwelahan? Yan, oh. Right? There you go. A sneak peek of how the schools will look when it returns to face-to-face classes. Yan na. Ito yan, no? Para itong itsura ng POSCA. Where my son went for his kindergarten. There. This is going to be in the school. So look at that. A washing area where the teacher's washing her hands. Okay. This is how schools will look like during pilot face-to-face classes. All right. Siyempre na we're wondering, ano na kaya magiging itsura ng mga eskwela? Or nakahanda na ba yung mga eskwela, di ba, with safety seals? So what's the new face-to-face in-person learning looks like, okay? In a series of photos sent by the Department of Education on Wednesday, November 3, the preparations of public schools selected for the pilot run of limited face-to-face to start this month are in full swing. So pinaprepare na yung 20 schools na yan. The Tamulaya Elementary School in Polillo Island, for instance, is already preparing to welcome the students once the pilot run of limited face-to-face classes starts. Okay, the school, which is under the Schools Division Office or SDO of Quezon Province, is among the 100 pala, hindi 20. Sorry, I sit corrected, not stand. Okay, this school, okay, this anong tawag sa eskwela ulit? The Tamulaya Elementary School in Polillo or in Quezon Province, okay, is one of the 100 schools that were chosen to participate, okay, in the pilot run of face-to-face learning. Okay, teka, meron pang isang picture, alright? Hold on. I will show you, okay, kung ano yung mga ginagawang. Hi there. Hello there, Shrey. Welcome. Welcome to my dear Shrey, all the way from India. Hello there, Shrey. Happy Diwali. Okay, they're celebrating Diwali in India. Happy Diwali, Shrey. So I was saying, this is how the schools are going to look, okay, when they open face-to-face education. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry. Because okay, that washing area, all right, you see. What else? This is more important, okay? Hold on. Sorry. Because I didn't have time to show everything or put everything online, but here, there's another because this is important, okay? Okay, these pictures, okay? No, this is hold on, so sorry. No. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Here, okay, let me show you. This is what the public schools, the 100 public schools are now preparing for their pilot run of the face-to-face classes, which is going to happen this month. I think November 20 it will start. Let's see. Okay. There you go. All right. There, see? You see the washing area and then also these signs are up. Magkaroon ng 1 to 2 metrong personal na distansya, social distancing. So this is how the schools are gonna look, right? Like this one, all right? Washing area. This is a sneak peek into how schools are gonna look during the pilot face-to-face classes, all right? So very good. So excited, of course. Everybody's excited about this, but of course, it's not yet all around the nation. This is only for the 100 public schools that were selected, okay? In this photo, the school designated a specific hand washing area so the students, teachers, and other personnel can wash their hands as often as possible. Okay, the school retrofitted its facilities to help ensure that minimum health protocols will be observed for the safety of everyone during the pilot run. Right. So you see these pictures. Additional hand washing facilities, such as what do you call this? Buckets with faucets, or that's just like the water drinking thing, were also put up to ensure that those who will participate in the pilot face-to-face classes will have access to clean water and soap to wash their hands. So they put these things everywhere. Okay. All right. So experts have repeatedly reminded the public that hand washing is among the most effective ways to prevent the further spread of coronavirus or COVID-19. Okay. Signages that say keep your distance, just like this one that I've shown, are placed in conspicuous places inside the school to remind everyone about the importance of social distancing, right? So, as advised by health experts, keeping 1 to 2 meters distance from other people can help combat the spread of COVID-19. Okay. Okay. This I must show you. This is the makeshift oh, or classroom. Okay, let's show the classroom. So sorry. Okay, let's show the classroom. This is a good thing to show. This is the public schools, okay, because these are public schools that are going to be allowed uh, to have face-to-face classes this month. Okay. All right. One more picture. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me get that again. Uh, this is how the classrooms are going to look, right? In the public school. Okay. There you go. Okay. See? So this is how the classrooms are going to be. You see those dividers between the chairs, right? So we have these signs, we have the washing areas. This is how the schools are going to look, right? For the pilot face-to-face classes. Okay? All right. Names of the students are also printed and placed in specific areas to indicate their respective learning spaces. So even the schedule of the classes. I know, Shrey, right? It's like the restaurants. They're gonna have to put those dividers in between the seats, especially with children. Elementary school. They're wearing masks, but you can't help the kids from touching each other and playing, right? That's what you cannot control, right? But here, at least in the classroom, they have dividers so that when they're talking to each other, you know, their saliva won't splatter. But of course, this is not 2 meters distance, I think. Especially look at the classroom, it's so small. But they're going to have to make do. That's the thing. That's the issue there. If you use the 2 meter distance, I think that's not going to work in a lot of schools because like that in the public schools, like in the provinces, the classrooms are so small and you jam like 20, 30, 40 people in there. That's chaotic already with social distancing, right? So they just put the dividers. So if there's a divider, the 2 meter distance won't matter anymore. Is that it? Because this picture clearly shows it's less than 2 meters, right? But anyway, so those are the protocols, okay? All right. So as I was saying, all right, the names of the students are already placed too so that they know where they have to go and their respective learning spaces. Okay. This photo shows where seats and plastic barriers are arranged. See, and another picture, this one is better. This shows that they have really distancing. Okay, sorry. Let me get this one because this one I showed you doesn't show 2 meter distances, right? But this other one does. Okay, this is another school, okay, where they're showing, this is showing at least social distancing. This is better. Okay. Uh-huh. Um, Hold on. Okay. Oops. I will replace it. Did it? There you go. It changed. Yeah. See, this is a better representation, right? Look, of social distancing in the classroom. But that's what I mean. This could work with if the classrooms are big enough. But like I said, 40 students jam packed in that. How can you do social distancing? Some classrooms have to be adjusted, right? Or how can you conduct classes? What they did in other countries is to divide the schedule, right? For example, maybe in the beginning, they divide the class, especially if it's like 40 or 50 students, 25 in the morning, 25 in the afternoon, or the hours, right? Something like that, because there's no way they can fit a lot of people in a small room, especially, right? If its capacity is only like 30 people or so, you know. But anyway, yeah. As per the DepEd or the Department of Education, there will be smaller class sizes during the pilot run. See, I was just talking about it. Only 12 people. Oh, there you go. Only 12 pupils will be allowed for kinder, 16 for grades 1 to 3, and 12 for senior high school laboratory. A specific space was also designated by the school. I know, Shireen, but that's what I mean. So that answers our question or my question. They're only allowing a certain number, so they have to divide the classrooms between morning and afternoon or whatever. They have to fix the schedule because that's what they did in Japan, and some other countries. Even in America, they did that. A specific space was also designated by the school to serve as an isolation area in case a student, teacher, or personnel show signs and symptoms of COVID-19 while attending the pilot run. Okay, look at their makeshift hospital. Okay, they also even have hospitals or a quarantine place where they can isolate if people, for example, exhibit symptoms. Well, they have to. So I guess every school has to have this, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. See, washing area, social distancing. All right, and also they have to have an isolation area for those who will exhibit symptoms. Right? Makes sense. So we have to do this all throughout the country if we're supposed to. There you go. See, look at their makeshift hospital. There you go. Okay. See, but that's the thing. Not all the schools will be equipped. Not all the schools have the space to accommodate face-to-face classes with these safety protocols, right? So this is what the country has to deal with also in preparing for actual face-to-face. But that's why it's been debated upon. Sinabi nga nila na uh, kung mag-declare na tomorrow na bukas na yung face-to-face, handa na ba yung mga eskwela? Are we ready, to have face-to-face classes? Hindi pa, right? Because not all the schools na have the facilities to prepare for it, like this school alone in the province of Quezon, right? That's why we need time to prepare for it, and the time is now, of course, right? So, mhm. So that is my sneak preview. All right, on this school, Tamulaya, uh, Tamulaya Public School in Quezon Province. Right, according to Tamulaya ES uh, Elementary School, Tamulaya Elementary School, the head teacher Lilibet Torres said the school carefully studied the guidelines issued by DepEd and the Department of Health for the limited in-person classes. The school has also strengthened its coordination with the Polillo local government the government units or the LGUs and the parents of students to ensure the safety of everyone, especially the learners, once the pilot run starts. In compliance with the guidelines issued by the Department of Health and DepEd, all teachers in Tamulaya Elementary School have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Of course, that is a given, you know why will you even subject your students to the pilot test run if the teachers are not fully vaccinated? Of course, that's already a given. DepEd told the Manila Bulletin that the school has 7 teachers from kinder to grade 6 and 1 head teacher. The Malaya Elementary School also has 86 learners from kinder to grade 6. Ahead of the start of the pilot implementation of limited face-to-face classes for basic education, the Department of Education officials led by Undersecretary Nepomuceno Malaluan and Planning Service Director Roger Masapol set out to Polillo Island in Quezon to inspect the Tamulaya Elementary School yesterday. Okay? So I think the last news I had said before, they're going to start face-to-face classes in these 100 public schools, maybe on the third week of November, right? So that is it for that regarding good news regarding the lifting of us escalating the, escalating the easing up on the restrictions in Metro Manila and NCR, that they are now on level 2, and we already talked about, okay, to recap, right? To recap that, all ages are now allowed to go out, and they are also allowed to go out and exercise in open air. They're allowed to go to the malls and restaurants, but of course, restaurants are only at a 30% capacity outdoors, no, 30% capacity indoors with a 10% additional capacity percentage for places that have the safety seal or all those safety protocols set in place. All right. And of course, they're also free to travel. People are free to travel. All ages are free to travel with, of course, observing the proper health protocols uh, and quarantine procedures necessary. All right. So for those who have questions, please feel free to field in your questions through my Facebook or my messenger, or email me, please. A lot of good news we said today about that the number of infections in the Philippines is fast decreasing, okay, giving the reason for the easing up of the alert level, right? But see, I just showed you there a sneak peek of how schools will look during these pilot face-to-face classes. This is from Tamulaya Elementary School, which is our peg for now for schools, right? We were not able to talk about the other topics that I prepared for today because of time constraints. But of course, very happy about sharing a lot of good news today with regards to the Philippines and how technology is helping us cope with this pandemic and the situations of COVID-19 and the protocols that we have to do and follow with regards to working and studying. All right. So again, it's now alert level 2 in NCR, in Metro Manila, and we already mentioned all those things that are allowable. You can now go to church also. Yeah, you can watch a movie, right? Watch a movie, uh, attend events, watch concerts, right? All at like a limited capacity. And of course, there's always bring your vaccination certificate when you go to the public places, especially when you dine inside restaurants, because they will check, okay? Because outdoor seating is allowed for those not vaccinated, I think, in certain places, but most of them allow you inside if you have a vaccination certificate. Pero, naman, yung mga businesses, para makanegosyo lang, some of them will not even check the vaccination certificate. Right? Please, please follow, all right? Comply so that we don't revert back to ECQ or GCQ. Because right now, right, people are free now to go. The children, let my children go. Now they're free. Maraming salamat, of course, for our friends who joined us today. Of course, there's Cynthia and Shrey, hello, Angelica, and other people that I don't see. And of course, my Lakap family, Tita Agnes, Lakap, and her family in Arayat. And happy birthday to my nephew and godson, Brian Manikis. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you enjoy your day. And I also want to shout out and say hello to my ESL colleagues and friends, Mala and Sugar and Apple and Eric and Gray and of course Shrey and Sarah and Jan and Maski. Who else? Shrey, didn't I mention? And Ria or Faith, and also who else did I miss from our usual suspects? Who else? If I miss anyone, I'll just say reach it tomorrow. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, Shrey, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's why we're here, right? To give information, especially Philippines and everything that's happening around the world when it comes to technology. All right. Oh, of course, Abby. I didn't. Oh, sorry, Abby. Of course, how can I forget you? And of course, dear Abby, my ESL colleague. All right, Abby. Hello to you and your family. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. And yes, it's Friday, so it's my last day of broadcasting for this week. I'm online. I broadcast every Monday to Friday at same time, 11 o'clock Manila time, right? 12 o'clock in Japan. And never mind, I don't want to think about what time it is in other countries, but yes, we're here. So thank you so much. And thank you for watching. And thank you for always supporting. And I hope you guys have a good, safe weekend. Of course, you got to be careful now. Everybody's out there. Oh my gosh. I can imagine the malls being full. And imagine Divisoria. Oh my God, in the Philippines. Please practice social distancing, all right? Because you don't want to revert back to the stricter protocols. Please. Be safe this weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And of course, enjoy your lunch first, right? And have a good weekend ahead of you. This is Jaye Bautista signing off for this week. Thank you so much for joining me here in Buhay Online. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good rest of the day and the weekend.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.